Hello friends, today we will learn about how to interface servo motor with Arduino and how we can control servo motors from serial monitor of Arduino IDE. We will start from basics of what is servo motor, its pin configuration, then I will explain its programming through Arduino IDE, and finally we will see its working through an online simulator. So let's start our video. Now let's see what is a servo motor. In simple terms, we can say that it is a type of motor whose motion can be controlled in terms of angle. For example, we can give an input of 15 degree or 90 degree and in similar way other inputs in degrees. Now there are two types of servo motors. First one is 180 degree servo motor, means it can move from 0 degree to 180 degree. Second one is a 360 or continuous servo motor. These type of servo motors can move from 0 degree to 360 degree. In our projects, we generally use 180 degree servo motors. Now, servo motors are available in different sizes, and here is a table. You can see that for different applications we use different servo motors, like nano servo motor, which is less than 8 grams and are good for microplanes and helicopters due to their less weight and small size. Now, how to interface servo motor with Arduino? For this, firstly we must know pin configuration of servo motor. So here you can see that servo motor have 3 wires, red, brown and orange, or sometimes this third wire is of yellow color. We connect red wire to 5 volt of Arduino, brown to ground pin of Arduino. Now we connect this orange wire to any PWM pin of Arduino. And this is very important that we can only use PWM pins to control servo motor. Now let's see its programming in Arduino IDE. Now we will start from this basic code. In first line, we initialize servo.h library. You can Google and find out more about what is a library. But in a layman's term, we can say that a library is a link to a pre-written program, and we will just use those programs function to get what we want without actually knowing what is actually going on. In second line, I wrote servo s. Here s is an object of servo, and from now we will use this s to control our servo. You can give any name to this actually, because this is a variable only. And you can use many objects, and from each object you can control one servo motor. Now we will move to setup. In setup we write s.attach3. Here s is our object and attach is used for defining from which pin we are connecting our servo motor. So we are connecting our servo motor with pin 3. Now we will move to loop. Here we have s.write20. S is our object and write function takes the argument in degrees. This whole sentence means we are saying to our servo that, hey servo, move to 20 degrees. So now before moving to our actual code, let's see simulation for this code for better understanding. So here is our code and simulation. I will press start simulation. And you can see that our servo is moving to 20 degree. And now I will change this 20 to 100 and press start simulation. Now you can see that our servo motor moved from 0 degree to 100 degrees, and this way we can control our servo. Now after understanding this basic code, let's see the code for controlling servo from serial monitor. Now this is our actual code. Now here you can see that in first line we included servo library, then made a object s for servo, and then initialized x as global variable of integer type. Then in setup we initialized serial communication at 9600 baud rate, then attached our servo to pin 3 of Arduino, or you can say that initialized pin 3 as output for servo. And in next line we are using serial.println to write a sentence in serial monitor, which is write any number between 1 to 180. Now we will move to loop. In loop we are using a if condition and checking when serial is available, means if condition will be executed when we will enter any number in our serial monitor. And inside this if condition we are taking input in x variable from serial.parseInt. Actually serial.parseInt is used for taking input from serial monitor as integer, and in next line we are printing this value in serial monitor. After this there is one if else condition, where if condition will be executed when value of x will be between 0 to 180, otherwise else condition will be executed. Now inside if condition we are writing s.write x, means we are saying hey servo move to x degrees, and here x is the value we are getting from serial monitor. And in next line we stop the code for 100 milliseconds for smooth functioning. Now when else condition will execute, simply we will just get a message of invalid input in serial monitor. Now let's move to simulation. So here is our circuit and code. Now I will press start simulation, and you can see that in serial monitor we get a message write any number between 1 to 180. Like if I write 90 degree, you can see that our servo moved to 90. So basically we can write any number between 1 to 180. Like if I write 1, our servo moves to 1 degree. 90, our servo moves to 90 degree. 45, our servo moves to 45 degree. You can write any number between 1 to 180. If I write 13, our servo will move to 13 degree. And 180, our servo will move to 180 degree. Now if I write a number which is greater than 180, like 200, what will happen? Yeah, so here you can see that we are getting a message of invalid input because this number is greater than 180. Now if I write again a number between 1 to 180, then our servo will move correctly. Now if I write a number less than 0, like -20, then again we are getting invalid input. So time to end this video. Right now I'm using simulator, but after this series I will show you how to make real life cool projects. So don't forget to subscribe, because this is just beginning and lots of fun is on the way. And if you have any suggestions or feedback, feel free to use comment box. Now time for that classical obvious line. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up and subscribe this channel. Okay guys, signing out.